first, the eclipse. It has come and gone, but now the traffic and getting home, well, that's a whole nother story. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Let's get a look at the traffic situation right now at the Wyoming border of Colorado. Things are actually, they're surprisingly good. Yeah. Now, if you look at the traffic map, you can see it is still packed in some areas, especially right around Fort Collins.
Well, we have Denver 7's Mark Stewart standing by with a wrap-up of everything that went on here in Denver during the eclipse. But let's start with Jennifer Kovaleski.
Hey, Jen, you've been out in the middle of the traffic. I don't know if they're going to get home before the next eclipse, by the way it looks behind you right now.
Yeah, Shannon, and right now we're on I-25 South in Loveland near exit 257 where the outlets are, if you're familiar with that area. And all you have to do is look behind me. You can see traffic is backed up for miles and barely moving. We've seen it go from bad to worse from about 3 o'clock on. Now, CSP estimates it's taking 4 to 5 hours to get from the border of Wyoming to Denver, a drive that normally takes under 2 hours. This is video inside the Traffic Command Center in Fort Collins. All of these maps and traffic cameras are what CSP and CDOT are using to monitor the highway. Over the last 4 days, more than 40,000 cars have traveled over the border, which is less than they expected. But CSP says it is still planning for 90% of those cars to come back tonight, mainly because they had nowhere to stay. CSP says its main goal is to prevent crashes.
And you will get home. It might be slow, but it will be faster than if we have an incident that we have to mitigate at the same time that we're trying to move traffic flow.
And just take a look, you can see how the traffic is just literally backed up for miles. Now, CSP has 4 different command posts set up all along the highway with tow trucks, troopers, and ambulances ready to go. They even have convenience trucks to help people change their tires or fuel up their cars. They also set up porta potties at the rest areas, everything they can do to try to keep traffic moving. But as you can see, no one is getting anywhere fast right now. Reporting live in Loveland, Jennifer Kovaleski, Denver 7.
Thank you, Jen. And not everyone could head out to see the total eclipse or take the time off for it. So those of us who stayed behind, we made it work.
Absolutely. Mark Stewart's in the Diamond Hill area of West Denver. And Mark, people who stayed in Colorado still got in on the fun.
And there was so much anticipation. It came, we saw it, and it left behind memories for generations.
Oh, wow. I see it. Oh, it's awesome.
The enthusiasm.
It's so cool.
Eclipsed age groups.
Wow, that's so cool.
I'm 65, so probably be the last one I see for a while.
Grandparents.
I will remember this day.
It's like an orange.
Along with parents and students.
That is so cool.
All seeing the solar show together.
I'm touching it.
At Thunder Ridge Middle in Centennial.
Like taking a bite out of an apple, kind of.
It's cool. I thought, well, maybe you would be able to see the other stars with the glasses on, but no. But it's cool.
As we move down the path, not only is it getting noticeably cooler outside, it's also getting a lot darker. Look at what just happened. The lights here in the parking lot just flipped on.
Thank you.
Lines at the airport, not for flights, but for glasses, an accessory that wasn't so available back in 1979, the last time an eclipse like this happened.
We had to look through the box and that, you know. there wasn't anything. They didn't have glasses like this, so it's super neat to see it.
A spectacle uniting the sun, the moon, and mankind.
Yes, I will remember this day.
That's so cool.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And while there was a bit of a frenzy over those eclipse glasses, people did share. Generosity prevailed. We're live on Diamond Hill tonight. Mark Stewart, Denver 7.
Thank you, Mark. I got caught up totally in
and
it
it was
today.
so fun to hear those kids giggling about it.
It was sort of what I was doing in the middle of it. It was great. So if you missed today's eclipse, you're going to have to wait until 2045 for the next one here in Colorado.
However, if you are willing to travel, there will be a solar eclipse in 2024. This time the path stretches from southern Texas to northern Maine. So plan a trip. Why not? Now, if you want to experience the eclipse all over again, we have the entire moment of totality up right now on thedenverchannel.com.
All right, we have some breaking news. This is just in. Colorado Attorney General Cynthia Kaufman is not going to prosecute the elector who allegedly did not follow the law that electors have to vote for the winner of the state's popular vote. Micah Baca wrote Ohio Governor John Kasich's name on the ballot instead of checking the box for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton won Colorado. So instead of following the case, Kaufman says she will focus on improving rules to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Some irate parents want their principal removed. They say the principal at Governor's Ranch Elementary School didn't follow safety protocol when one student threatened another.
Denver 7's Lance Hernandez is outside that school. Lance, school and district officials held a meeting with parents about this today.
It was a closed meeting, so we were not allowed inside, Shannon. What we do know is that last February, an 8-year-old made a verbal threat while talking about Donald Trump with other students in a hallway of this school. Now, according to documents obtained by Denver 7, the 8-year-old said he was going to be like Donald Trump, then added, "I'm going to get my dad's shotgun and shoot you." The boy he said that to didn't hear him, but another student did and reported it to a teacher who told a psychologist. They did a threat assessment and determined it was likely an outburst, not a real threat. They disciplined the boy, but did not inform the parents of the boy who was threatened. They learned about it from another parent.
If you send your kid to school and another kid threatens to bring a shotgun and shoot him, at the very least, as a parent, you should be informed of that actually taking place.
Now, the district admits that the principal did not follow that crucial step. When I asked why, they said they didn't know. At 6, we'll hear from the mother of the little boy who was threatened. We'll also hear in written form from the parents of the boy who made the alleged threat. Lance Hernandez, Denver 7.
All right, we will look forward to that follow-up at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Lance.
And in just a couple hours, President Trump is going to deliver a primetime address to the nation to lay out his vision for the future of Afghanistan. We're now in the 16th year of the war there. The defense secretary said over the weekend the president has made a decision about our involvement. Options could include full withdrawal or deploying thousands more troops. And we're going to carry it live for you on Denver 7.
As search teams look for 10 U.S. sailors missing after a Navy warship collided with a commercial tanker today, commanders are now demanding answers. This is the 4th time this year a U.S. Navy ship has been involved in an accident in waters off Asia. And now those in charge are trying to figure out what exactly is going on and if there are any unusual contributing factors.
I also fully support the Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral John Richardson's efforts right now. He has put together a broader inquiry to look into these incidents and to determine any of the causal factors, to determine what's going on.
Commanders say they are also going to look into the training practices. To Houston now, where police have a 25-year-old man in custody after a park ranger found him with what looked like explosive materials near a Confederate monument. According to a written complaint from the FBI, Andrew Schneck was allegedly kneeling down near a statue and had 2 small boxes with him that they say had duct tape and wires coming out of them. Now, if convicted, Schneck faces up to 40 years in federal prison.
Police in Spain say they have shot and killed the suspected driver in last week's Barcelona attack. You're looking at photos here of the area where police say they found him. Officers say they got a call from a woman who saw a man wearing an explosive belt as they were searching for the suspect. That suspect is a 22-year-old man from Morocco. Police say he was the only one in that van.
The woman who ran over and killed a 16-year-old boy waiting to cross the street will spend 10 days in jail. A judge also ordered Ana Faragosa to 2 years probation and ordered her to stop driving. She was on Federal Boulevard last December when she had a medical emergency near 103rd. This was related to her diabetes, and she ran over Jordan Coates, a student at Legacy High School who was standing in the median with his bike.
The El Paso County Jail is now at critical mass. The sheriff says the jail is, this is a quote, bursting at the seams with almost 1,800 inmates. Now, building a new jail is not an option, so the county's looking for other options. Now, meanwhile, Denver's jail population has been going down, actually, by cutting the number of people spending time there.
Congressman Ed Perlmutter is running for re-election after all. The Democrat says he's been going back and forth on a decision, but he says after taking some time to think and given what's going on lately in the world, he said he has decided to re-enter the race for the 7th Congressional District, a seat that he has held since 2007. No Republicans have declared to run as of earlier this afternoon. All right, we have some big news. Out of the Broncos, they have named Trevor Siemian as the starting quarterback.
That's right. Broncos insider Troy Rink joins us now. Troy, a lot of fans say, yeah, we saw this one coming.
Yeah, it became pretty obvious on Saturday night the way Siemian played. But yes, Shannon and Ann, after 8 months, 3 weeks of training camp and 2 exhibition games, the Broncos finally have a starter. Vance Joseph basically said it came down to this: Simeon's performance outweighed Paxton Lynch's potential.
Both guys competed hard. You know, both guys wanted the job. I was pleased with both guys, but overall, the operation of the entire offense, decision-making, ball placement was more consistent with Trevor. That's why he won the job.
Obviously very excited. Really just excited about moving forward and you know, playing this week, obviously, and starting the season up. I think we got a really special group. Got a good team and excited to get to work.
Obviously, I believe in myself to be the starter, but you know, the coaches made a decision, and that's what we're going with.
In Simeon's case, he went 8-6 last year as a starter, guys, but he's got to be better. He's got to show he can stay on the field, stay healthy, and be more productive. Remember, they were 26th in red zone touchdown percentage last year. Look for that number to improve. Simeon's got the confidence. Now can he carry it out after winning the job? Reporting from Dove Valley, Troy Rink, Denver 7.
Thank you, Troy.
A lot of pressure.
Couldn't tell who was least excited, Paxton or Trevor.
Well, you know there's a lot of pressure on both of them right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, there's a new plan in the works to handle the number of people visiting Hanging Lake.
Also, Breckenridge looks to change its drone regulations after the Peak 2 fire.
And we are keeping an eye on traffic on I-25 as Eclipse watchers make their way back to Colorado. We check in with Denver 7's Connor Wist. She's in the middle of it all.
I'm meteorologist Stacey Donaldson. Boy, Mother Nature really helped out this morning with the beautiful weather. Now the clouds have moved in. Will we get rain out of this? I'll let you know coming up.
Breckenridge's town council is looking into regulating drones beyond the existing bans during wildfires.
Yeah, this comes after several drones interfered with the firefight back in July while that Peak 2 fire was burning. They want to better define what drone operators can and cannot do in Breckenridge. The FAA has taken the lead on managing commercial and personal drone use, putting out rules nationwide.
Now, tomorrow, the U.S. Forest Service will unveil its long-awaited management plan for Hanging Lake. Hanging Lake has had an excessive number of visitors over the past 10 years, and some of the ideas being put forth: new fees and a shuttle system to cut down on the number of people who park there.
One of the biggest astronomical events of the century has come and gone, and it looks like a lot of you enjoyed it. Thank you for sending all these fun photos of the eclipse and people watching. Even some dogs got in on the viewing. Look at that cute face. A lot of people watched the eclipse through the shadows of trees, too. Very smart if you didn't have glasses. That is so fun.
Good-looking pug there. And that's not Mike's pug, by the way, which is the one we always show here. So add to the total eclipse to the list of worker distractions today.
You know, it didn't last long, but still employers will see almost $700 million in missing output in the roughly 20 minutes that people spent outside their buildings watching. This is according to an HR firm called Challenger Gray, which calculates these things.
So check out this. This is remarkable, and I hope you can tell what we're talking about here. That's the International Space Station that photobombed the solar eclipse. So we're going to zoom in here for you. NASA gave us this photo. As we zoom in, if you look closely, I know we're not helping you, this is going very slowly, you can see the space station right in the middle of the sun. Or you're going to have to take my word for it that you could see the space station in the middle of the sun. Actually, if we kept zooming, it was pretty neat. You could see even the outline.
I think there's a few ants on there.
ISS.
So
it does look like just a piece of cheese left out in the sun.
With the ants on the cheese. But still, I mean, there were so many cool shots out there.
Oh, my God.
And
it
really was a fun event. And I think everyone just enjoyed.
I agree. Everybody just had the same kind of
with smiles on their faces.
And I stopped thinking about all the problems for a couple hours. It was great.
I love it. And it was so awesome that Mother Nature cooperated with the weather. We didn't have cloudy skies. We didn't have rain.
So lucky.
We were all able to see it. So the weather continues to be really nice outside right now. A few high clouds across the area. We have had some thunderstorm activity up into the mountains, and a system bringing in just some cloud cover for us and potentially a little fog into early tomorrow morning. But for the most part, our highs today were in the upper 80s. We had temperatures in the 70s and 80s for the mountains, 90s for the western slope, but we actually managed to get up to 87 in Denver. Now, during the eclipse, we had a temperature drop from 85 degrees to 77 degrees, and then we started that going back up to 87 once the sun came back out. But we will continue to have clouds tonight. Off and on rain tomorrow, perhaps a few scattered showers early in the morning and then definitely rain later in the afternoon. We will have 80s for the rest of this week, so temperatures will be pretty moderate for this time of year and actually close to normal. 85 degrees at DIA now, 82 for City Park and 81 for Highlands Ranch. We also have 79 for Arvada and 80 for Boulder. In downtown Denver, we have 85 degrees right now. You see those clouds out there, humidity at 20%, and our winds in from the north at about 15 miles an hour. It could be a little breezy off and on throughout tonight. Scattered showers here in the southwestern quadrant of our state. We really haven't seen any thunderstorm activity here in Denver yet. We still have about a 10 to 20% chance of that happening in through tonight. I think most of the showers will be in the mountains and down to our south toward Colorado Springs, back toward Salida. So keep in mind, if you're down that direction, you're going to be seeing off and on